Welcome to Stitching with Cindy Botts. Today's video is this wall hanging project. This is definitely a scrap buster. It is done with strip piecing. It has two different size blocks and that's it. So let's take a closer look at it. The border was made with a dark blue black print. It is cut at 3.5, so by the time you get your seam allowances with your binding, it's going to be a 3-inch border. The center blocks are 4.5-inch blocks that are put together to make that diamond-y shape. The corners are 4.5-inch blocks also, and then the top, bottom, and sides are 8.5-inch blocks. So this is just a matter of putting the blocks in the right position. So this 4.5-inch block is set so that you get this diamond-y effect with the light color. I chose to put the light color down the center of the 4-inch block, and that gives it that strip. Same with the large 8.5-inch block. I have the light colors going down the center. So the first thing you want to do is separate your strips into light and dark. Now I cut my foundation pieces out of white. I have 32 of the white small squares, and then you're going to need 8.5-inch squares for the large. So you have 1, 2 on the top, 2 on the right side, 2 on the bottom, and 2 on the left hand side. That gives you your 8 large blocks. Then you're going to have the 4 rows of 4 blocks in the center, and the 2 by 2 for each of the corners. All right, so that gives you your 32 small blocks. First thing you do is using your heat erase marker pencil or pen, you draw your line down the center, your diagonal line. You're going to measure 3/4 of an inch on one side and draw a line, 3/4 of an inch on the other and draw a line. That is so that you place your light strips all in the center and you don't get too wonky. All right, so to do that, I cut my pieces at least 2 inches wide. You lay one down on top of your foundation. Your next piece, you lay right sides together. You sew your 1/4-inch seam, you fold it back and press, and just keep building up that diagonal. So here we have where we've just built up the diagonal. Now to make this part, you're going to also take your dark strips after you drew it. Next step is to draw your lines on the outside of your fabric. Same way, in 3/4 of an inch off the center line, and that is where you're going to lay your first strip, is right butted up on that line. And then you're going to sew 3/4 of an inch seam using that as your guide. You're going to fold that back and you're just going to press it, and that should catch all your raw edges. So on ours here, you can see I caught all the raw edges in that 1/4-inch seam allowance. All right, now I tried to get mine to be not too wide. I wanted at least 3 colors on each side. If you wanted to do this with just one color, one big strip there, you could. 2 colors, all depending on what you wanted to do. I used that same process for both sides of the light colors. Again, these are the light colors going this way and the dark colors on the side. And I did that with both the little blocks and the 8.5-inch blocks. Here you can see one of the 8.5-inch blocks. The light is here and the dark is on the other side. Alright, so this is strip piecing. You can do this as quilts as you go. I definitely use the foundation piecing to keep my things straight. And then it was just a matter of assembling it. So you got 4 of the 4.5-inch blocks coming together to make this little secondary pattern here. I think that is so cool. And when your block comes together with this block here in the next row, you get this little pattern here. And I think that's cool. You get that in those corners. You also get from the first row to the second row, these are your large blocks. But where they hit with the small block, you still have this little diamond pattern. I think that's so cool that that comes up again. All right. I hope you enjoy making this. I do think it is quite cool. The overall effect with the darks and the lights separated out like that. And it just gives a really neat look to it. Have a great day. Please like and subscribe. We'll be seeing you again soon, I hope. Bye-bye now.